Hi everybody, this is Janie from Janie's Journals. I'm working again in my nature journal, and look at this. These are the pages I've been working on. I kind of decided what I was going to do on the pages, and now I'm going to go through and actually make those pages happen and let you watch that. I wanted to start off too by saying that I so much appreciate all of the comments that I've been getting, all of the suggestions you guys give me. It doesn't offend me at all. It helps me to become a better junk journaler whenever I have ideas that I can bounce off of people. I also very much appreciate all of the new subscribers to my channel. And if you could just let me know in the comments if there's anything that I've done before that you would like to see again, or anything new you want me to try on camera, I would be willing to do almost anything. So the last video that I did, I was working on this page and not happy with it at all. You guys know how that ended up. If you saw my last video, you know how that ended up. So this is kind of what it looked like when I left it, and I didn't like it. I did get some really helpful comments. Kathy Robb 702 suggested that I do PVA glue and tissue and sandwich my flowers, my dried flowers, between the tissue. Now, I have tried that in the past without much success, but I gave it another shot, and I don't think it's very successful. It looks, the tissue on it, let me get it up close. See how that tissue doesn't go away? It just kind of sits on top of the flower, and that's not at all what I wanted. I'm gonna keep trying that because I have seen a lot of people do it and it works out well. It just didn't work for me. So I do appreciate though the comments, Kathy, because that was one of the techniques I had even forgotten about. Another person was, I don't know how to say this, at Veranim76. She suggested, or he suggested, that I try cheesecloth behind the flowers. And I did do that. There they are with that cheesecloth. And I do like that better. I really do. That was a great suggestion, a great addition to my page, and I do appreciate it. What I did, this cloth is what was bothering me. So I peeled that off of there. I'm going to go ahead and use the top half of it I've kind of peeled this part of the page back so I can tuck it underneath there. I am going to use part of that. And then I also have these dried leaves that I'm going to add to it, and a butterfly that I had decided to put on the page somewhere. You know what? I don't remember. I don't remember putting this butterfly with the page, but I guess I did. Anyway, if not, I can use it. So I'm going to go through. I've made myself little notes of what I want to do on each page to finish them up. And I'm going to speed this thing up a little bit. I'll put on some music, and I'll just cut in every now and then if there's something that I'm doing I really think that you might want to know a little something more about. Otherwise, sit back and drink a cup of coffee or tea or whatever your choice of beverage is, and craft along with me if you're in your scrapbook room or your crafting room. You guys might remember me doing this one. And I decided that I needed some kind of stems on these two flowers. And also on those stems, I wanted to put some leaves. So what I did, let me get my cloth here. I had this cloth, really pretty, and I cut a piece off of it that has a lot of the browns and the greens. And I'm going to use that as stems here. And then I'm also, this one is way bigger than it needs to be. And then I'm going to add to it some leaves. And for my leaves, what I did, excuse me, I took a piece of this, my attempt at eco printing that didn't turn out so well. I had several pieces that were just like maybe 1 inch by 2 inches, and they were so jagged on the edges. So what I did is I took them and I cut them or tore them into leaf shapes like that. And then those I took a really thin black marker and I kind of outlined the leaf shape on them like that. So this is what I'm going to use for the leaves, and I did plenty of them, so I'll have them for other projects as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm not sure where my video quit working, but this is the page that I'm on now. So I'm doing this. I have got this eco print, and I'm going to put it on this page. I also have this envelope that was eco printed with the same pack of papers that I got off of Etsy. I made this tag, which really didn't take a whole lot, some stitching on some cloth here. For some reason I feel like I'm getting into a lot of cloth and textile type of ephemera to make. So what I want to do is clip the envelope to the edge of this page like this, so that it will open that way, and you can pull out the tag, and then you can add whatever you want to on this one, whether it's a picture or whatever. This one has got a die cut of a bird that I have. Run it through my Big Shot. And then this other side of it, here's where the flap is going to be. And I have made this little thing. It's got corrugated cardboard. This is a piece of book binding tape here. This is, you know, the rough side of a notebook. I think this is mixed media paper. And then one of my stamps and one of those little faux old pieces of tape across it. So I'm going to put that, I haven't decided yet. I may put it over the flap like this so that it makes its own little pocket. I'm not real sure here. But anyway, I know that I want these together. This I want to stand a little bit away from the background paper, so I am going to ink the edges of it, and then I'm just going to ink these edges and attach this down. I don't think I'm done with this though. I feel like it just needs something else. I'm not sure what. So that'll be in the next section of the book. Okay. For this one, I had, let me find it. Okay. I had some old cloth, and it was just old green cloth, and it tears really nicely, so I decided I wanted to see how it would stamp, and as you can see, it stamped beautifully. I'm gonna back the cloth on this piece of cardstock because the cloth by itself just isn't stiff enough to do anything with. I'm gonna make that into a pocket for here. And I'm sorry if you hear something in the background. My dishwasher is running in the next room, so that's going to be a pocket. And I've made this tag. Just collaged some things on it. It's a pretty heavy-duty cardboard tag. And that's going to go in there with the green trim hanging out. That's actually just cheesecloth that I painted. So the first thing is going to be to put this down. I think I'm going to use that Yes paste. Let me get that. Okay. I have used this before with cloth and it's turned out really, really well. So I'm just going to stick with that. You guys have seen me use this before if you've seen any of my other videos. And I'm just going to take a little spatula, get a little bit on there, because once you put this down, it becomes liquefied. See, whenever you start putting it on there, it becomes very liquefied. And it doesn't take much, but it glues cloth down, I think, better than the fabric tack, because the fabric tack tends to almost bleed through, and this doesn't. I should probably turn that upside down and make sure I've got it on straight, and I don't, but I also don't want to get it in that glue. Come on. Oh, for Pete's sake. I know it fits because I made it to fit. Is that gonna work? That'll probably work. Okay. I'm gonna roll her across at a time or two so that it's nice and flat. And it will set up pretty quickly. So there's my pocket. And if you're curious about where the Yes paste is from, I got it on Amazon. So it's real easy to find. Okay, I'm going to take that out. We use the art glitter glue to put it down. There's the pocket. That will work. And now to put my little birdie on here. I'm thinking, okay, let's see, because all right, let's see. You know what I could do? Oh, I know what I can do. I know exactly what I'll do. Do I want it that way? Okay, I just have to bite the bullet and do what is kind of in my thoughts. My thoughts are, I wanted to use this cloth. So I'm thinking of putting the bird like this so that he's standing on the branch, and then having that cloth behind him because that would also hide all of this mess. That's what I'm going to do. And there doesn't seem to be a right side or a wrong side to the cloth. So let's just trim it up a little bit so that I think it's straight. Okay, so we're going to glue that onto the back of there. And I am going to use the fabric tack for this because this is thick enough. I don't think it's going to show through on this. So we'll just put some all the way across there. Okay. That looks good. Now my bird, I'm almost going to need to pop him up a little. I have some, I think I do. Yeah. Some of these, back in the day they used to call them Pop Dots. I don't know what they call them now. But I'm going to use some of that. And most of the actual dots have been used up, so now I've gone to just using the edges of it, which is fine. It still works just as well. Okay. So it's a little bit too much for the bird. That'll be enough. Now he'll be popped up so that his feet will actually rest on the branch. But I'm going to have to get the angle right. Okay, let's use the fabric tack again, since it's going to need to be glued onto cloth. And let's get him sitting just right. We want both feet on the branch. Well, that looks kind of, well, I was going to say it looks kind of crazy because he's sitting so straight up. But if he were actually on the branch, that's kind of how he'd be. Okay. And now he needs to be looking at something up here. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm glad we've got this much of it done. And I got to keep this open because it's wanting to attach to the back side of the frame. Okay. So my idea is just to put him in the middle here. And then I've got to come up with something to put in there. But right now this is good the way it is. All right. Good with that. I wish he'd been facing the other way, but that's okay. Okay, moving on. This is actually, I think, this pocket is dried enough to do that. Now, we have this, and I have made myself a note to add thread behind. So I'm going to do that. I've got 3 leaves. These are the Tim Holtz leaves. That camera's bouncing, isn't it? Let me see if I can fix that. Okay. So I cut out 3 of these Tim Holtz leaves from some of the mixed media paper that we put together at the beginning of this. I think we did. And I was going to just add the 3 leaves quite simply, like this. And then have this, it says stay simple. I was going to put that across there, and evidently I'm going to add some thread. So let me get my thread bucket. Okay. What I do, I have an old flower pot with a little angel on it, and that's what I keep all of my sewing supplies in. So let's see, I have, sorry about the arm, I have this green thread, I have some tan and some light brown, I've got dark brown, blue, and black, and white. So I think it's going to be one of these. Or maybe a mixture. How about if we do some of the green and some of that lighter tan? I like that. And it actually is a good reminder of me that not everything has to be very elaborate and very well planned or well thought out. It can just be very simple and still be beautiful. So again, I will come back later. I'll probably do something over here, but for right now this is good enough on this one. Now this back side, what I have here, I have it was just a piece of the inside page of a book that I had, and I coffee stained it. And then I took one of the eco prints that I had, put a stamp on it, and then it says have an open heart. I've got a little piece of cloth over here. And that will be that one. That may have turned out better than what I had planned to begin with. Okay. Oh, look. That's it. Okay. Well, and some of these pages, like I said, I don't know when my silly camera quit recording, and what you did or didn't see, I'll know whenever I go to edit these. But this is what we have so far now. And then I have also got a couple of just blank coffee dyed papers that I'm going to stick in there too, so that whoever the new owner is, they're going to be able to do their own thing on it. Okay, so the next time you see me, I'm going to be working on the cover of this little gem, and we'll see what happens then. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.